Where are the imperfections? He tells me to look for the imperfections and there aren't any.
I want to drive in front of it just so I can look at it in the rearview mirror. I can't believe I'm just swinging my feet against an F40.
That's it, it doesn't even matter if you damage it. Or...
I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car.
This episode of Make or Break is a fabulous interview with Sean Huber. In case you haven't heard of Mr. Sean Huber, let me explain. He is the lead man for Huber Automotive, and they make full custom carbon fibre body kits for a range of supercars and other vehicles. My buddy Ciro, the man who started petrolheadism, bought the very first 2021 era Huber body kit for his Lamborghini Aventador. And everyone who has seen it wasn't disappointed.
You are all I see, can't take my eyes off you. You know what I mean, can't take my eyes off you. You are all I see, can't take my eyes off you. Take my eyes off you, yeah. Can't take my eyes off, 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 can't take my eyes off.
Later on, I'll have another tip for you about buying and selling cars. But right now, let's hear from Sean Huber. I caught up with him after I took my fake Ferrari F40 to the Warren estate for Ciro's Lamborghini versus Ferrari show.
Mr. Huber, if you don't know, go and check this guy on Instagram, social media. We're going to put all his tags in the link below. And he makes OEM Plus, okay, as Nick Williams, my videographer, tells me. And basically, this gentleman here, you can purchase a front and rear bumper and other styling details for your Lamborghini, and it will make it just as amazing as Ciro's. Well, Ciro's has an amazing personalized one-off exhaust, but just talk to me about, we met each other how long ago? A couple of months ago now?
Man, I think, was it even last year? I'm not even sure.
My God. Everything, it was this year, but it was in the middle of lockdown, and me and Ciro were doing these live streams and just talking to
It was exciting.
It was just a bit
Seriously,
of fun,
it was exciting because, like, I think, what was it, 15, 20 minutes? We had a good conversation.
Yep.
It was the first time, and it was, you know, it was awesome. I'm sitting in Vienna that time, I remember, and I already felt the energy. And now I'm here, and I can see, like, some serious energy. This is crazy. This is really insane.
So, how many cars have you put this kit on before this one?
So this is the build 001. This is one.
Wow.
This is number one. Ciro intercepted it. It's in the UK now.
Wow. See, Ciro hop, skipped, and jumped over the line, right?
He did. But you know what? It looks amazing, and I'm just...
Talk to me about, like, how much effort goes into the design of that, because most people just, you know, like, you look at a lot of the Overfinch kits out there, like, you know, they're basically a generic kit that goes on, you know, 10,000 Land Rovers, you know, and you look at the design and they're good, but they're not perfect by any means, you know, but your bumper, your kits...
Well, you said that.
Okay. But a lot of fiberglass kits and even repressed steel panels nowadays don't fit perfectly, okay? But even the body shop guys told me that your kit fitted like it was an OEM, like it was better than OE, like it was just flawless. I mean, talk to me about how important that is and how much work goes into that.
So that's basically the foundation of everything. So we spent 2 years doing the 3D. So we went, we had a conceptual design based off Photoshop.
Yeah.
We loved it, and that's why we were like, okay, let's get a car, let's scan it, and let's see what's underneath the bumpers. After we scanned it, we realized, damn it, there's a cross member. We can't actually make the design we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we went back to the drawing board, and the idea that we have now is even better. Like, I really like it. At the beginning, I was a little nervous because, you know, you had a design, we loved it, and then we figured we can't actually build it. It doesn't fit. Then actually, it turned out better.
See, everything happens for a reason, you know. It's crazy because a lot of design flaws actually make something better,
Yeah,
you know?
it's true.
It's funny, I was watching, is it, who's the guy, the car designer that designed the Mini? Is it Mr. Stevenson? Frank Stevenson. Frank Stevenson, like, a lot of the stuff that you watch that he designs is through mistakes. And you know, like, you watch some of the stuff he does, like he wanted to do the triple spoiler on the RS Turbo and stuff like that, and all the Cosworth, and you think, man, if he didn't come up with these crazy, ludicrous ideas in the beginning to peel himself back to reality, you wouldn't have what you're in with up in the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, for you guys and girls out there who haven't heard of Frank Stevenson, you may not have heard of him, but you will know of his work. He is world famous for designing back in the early 2000s the classic style BMW Mini. He also designed the classic style Fiat 500 along with the BMW X5, and it was one of the head designers and lead designers at McLaren. He is world renowned for his amazing design skills. Go and check him out on his amazing YouTube channel. Search Frank Stevenson with a PH on YouTube.
Honestly, it's quite a journey because, like I said, we started with the 3D, but you know, the 3D made up, I'd say, like 80% of the time. And I think that's reflected in the fact that it fits perfectly as well.
Yeah.
And we had the conceptual design, which was basically just an idea. But then when it comes to actually like the thickness of the part, all of that needs to be created in 3D.
Yeah.
The attachment points, we scanned the thing and we had to recreate every single surface, like inside the hole of the attachment point where the screws go through, the clips. Everything, it was just like, that is a little project in itself.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you think about how, if you do that and then you see the design and then you think, oh my gosh, I love the design, but wait a minute, now we can maybe change it a little bit because now we have a newer horizon.
Yeah.
Now we can see further from a new vantage point.
Yeah.
And so obviously being, you know, somewhat of an imperfectionist and the team as well, identifying moments where maybe we can build on that, or we can make this look a little bit sharper, a little bit stronger, create better surface tension. That is then basically a commitment to like, okay, let's just work on it for another 2 more months.
So does that mean that, like, obviously where the structure gets stronger in certain areas, I mean, the product you're building out of is carbon fiber, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the strongest product in the world. I mean, when you start playing with that kind of stuff, like, your imagination is the only limitation, right? Because you got something that's so strong. I mean, the way the front end of that bumper louvers down into like a splitter is unbelievable. You could never make that of any other product and have integrity and strength to it. Like, it's just unbelievable.
It's very true.
Do you find that, like, halfway through the design, you think you can actually go a bit further with things because obviously the strength of the product? Do you feel like you can, have you moved on from like its original plan just because of the integrity of carbon fiber?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have extended the nose, but that's just because we wanted to go all out.
Hell
right?
yeah.
And we had the confidence that carbon fiber would be able to facilitate this, you know.
That's it. There's nothing else out there
that
could do that.
You know it. Nah, seriously, it's short for words.
Man. Mr. Huber himself, guys, if you're at the Warren or Petrolhedonism events around the world, please go over to see Ciro's car, because this man's blood, sweat, tears, life, relationships, everything has been put into that car. And honestly, just the design and the installation and the product quality speaks for itself. Go check him out. Tell him, where's your social media's got, where we got to head?
So we got Mr. Huber Collection and Huber Collection.
It would have been remiss of me not to get this amazing engineer to talk us through his awesome creation.
This car is something else. I mean, I just noticed on the front end here, like, I just can't express in words. Like, can you just explain to everyone who doesn't know anything about anything, like, if I didn't know I'd seen another Lamborghini, talk to me about that front that nose cone.
Okay, so basically the front is like our signature design element, right? Sets us apart from all other Aventadors, so you can recognize it immediately. If you see here, we don't have a pointy nose. If you look at the normal LP704, it's got a pointy nose. And the reason why we have a shield is because we eliminated that point. For the surface tension, we needed to continue the line in the center crease. However, we didn't want it to continue into the shape here, right? So we needed to have it fade away so that we could have this lack of a point. And this is what makes us stand apart, because we don't have the sharp triangle.
I mean, even the front, you're still following that flow here, but you're also getting the line with the actual carbon fiber detail itself is flawless, because you're getting the V in the actual carbon fiber, but not actually physically, which is amazing.
Yeah. No, but it was really challenging because we call this surface tension, right?
Okay.
We needed to have the continuity of the center line go somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
But if it would have come here, we wouldn't have been able to find the solution. That's why we have the shield.
Yeah.
The shield
gives you that.
Yes, I don't know if you can see it from where you're standing, but the shield, there's actually a shield in the mold, and this shield allows us to host this line and fade it out. Without it, we would have had to continue that line. So that basically explains it.
And then look at the what do you call these? It's like a splitter fin up the side here.
Absolutely, the winglet. The winglet.
I mean, that is just unbelievable.
It is beautiful.
And you're not really taking anything away from the original width of the car. Like, you're still following the line.
Perfectly.
It doesn't feel any bigger, you know? But that, guys...
Well, it comes out in the front.
Yeah.
It comes out in the front.
So how far have you got? Are you like extending this by about 8-10 inches, or is how much longer are we?
Around about that, but I'd say the more important takeaway here is that we've stayed exactly on the same height.
Okay, so...
Absolutely same height.
So you're still not going to be contending with the problems that a lot of these companies have where they drop it down to give you the illusion that you've actually made.
Exactly. So you can, you know, this car is height adjustable anyways. So whenever you're going over a speed bump, click that button, go up.
Hell yeah. Take us around the back. Show me what you've done around the rear.
Let's do it.
So is this a PCU or is this original?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Spoiler, is that original?
So the wing is not from us.
Okay.
The wing is not from us, but it looks beautiful. It complements the design. Very, very happy with the wing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you've integrated the parking sensors in it as well,
Absolutely.
which is amazing.
Of course.
The contrast of the exhaust with the steel inside and the satin black, followed with your silver letters and the carbon fiber is just unbelievable.
That's the work of everyone on ground in the UK, though. I gotta say,
yeah.
mad credits to them.
But the bumper, I mean, this line here, you're not finishing at a point. It's not aggressive. It's beautiful and subtle, you know.
Yeah.
And the lines, I mean, whoever, I take it obviously it's all a lot done in house, but your carbon fiber lines, guys, it just blows my mind. I mean, you see a lot of carbon fiber and they overlap and they struggle to get perfection because
it's a 4x4 twill.
Pardon, sorry?
Sorry to interrupt you. It's a 4x4 twill.
Okay, so what does that mean for me, as I don't know what that means?
So it means that it's not that small, that it's a little larger.
Okay.
And that means that you have a lot to look at. You can see the depth. In the sun, it is just going to blow your mind. I hope the sun comes out later on.
The color goes so well.
Yeah.
As well.
We're not hiding anything. That's why I went with the 4x4 twill, because it's larger. You can see the imperfections easier.
But then it's perfect.
Try and find some, yeah.
Where are the imperfections? He tells me to look for the imperfections and there aren't any. Oh my God.
No, but it's really special because also one key takeaway from the rear bumper is that if you look at all other Aventadors, literally all others, from this point, because this is still OEM, right?
Yeah, okay.
From this point downwards, it goes in, usually, but ours comes out. That's the difference. So we have these little ideas, the lack of the point, the fact that we're going out, you know, these are the tiny design cues that make it actually set the tone for the rest of the surface, for the rest of the bumper.
But like even these, I've never ever in my life, I mean, we were filming last week with Scott with Ratarossa with Tavares's Murcielago from Fast and the Furious.
I gotta see that, man, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, and these bumper corners, they have that on the front bumper, like, you know, really violent forward motion. So the cane kind of like shaped like this, but it's forward. Yeah. And it's very brash and unpolite. It doesn't look nice, you know? But here, these shapes coming back gives you that kind of turbine kind of feel.
Absolutely.
Like after blasters, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
It's a fighter jet.
That kind of
fighter jet.
My God.
We were playing around with the idea to have this line come out even more.
Yeah.
And it would have to end here so that it continues with the flow of the side, right?
Yeah.
That would have been too much.
Because the problem you got then is your actual hole would be here because you have to follow this line. So you're not going to have a bigger hole.
So that was the first design that we had. It came out, it protruded insanely. But you see, that's exactly why the 3D took so long. We had an idea, we did it, and then we refined it 20 odd times.
What I think with your design, and I don't have any design experience, I'll be honest with you, I've built some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, but you got the build experience with some mad things.
But you know what? The front bumper is screaming, I've arrived, yeah? And the back bumper is screaming, I'm here, yeah? Because like when you want to show up at a party, you want to make an entrance, right? And the front bumper is that, yeah? The rear bumper is, you know, you've taken your jacket off and you've revealed your suit, you know? Yeah, the back bumper is so perfect that once you've been overwhelmed by the front bumper, you come, look, the hairs on my arms are stood up just by talking about this. Like, it's like you've already made the cake and this is just the icing, you know? It's perfect.
Because it's approaching from the front, you see the front first, and if you see it from a distance, you can see how the design is snug into the original behavior of the Aventador.
It looks like a cat trying to pounce.
It's just pouncing, it is insane. Seriously, I mean, I want to drive in front of it just so I can look at it in the rearview mirror. But yeah, and then the rear, when it overtakes you, it's just something that you didn't expect.
And it doesn't look like anything else on the road now. Like, you know, you've completely thrown the rule book out the window, man.
I couldn't resist asking Sean about another body kit. This one disguising a Pontiac Fiero as an F40. This vehicle, the vehicle he was sitting on.
Tell me what you think of the Asda Zone. In Asda's is like a budget Walmart. Okay?
Oh, right, okay.
It's like smart price. It's as low as you can go, right?
Okay.
So what do you think?
It's raw.
It's raw. Talk to me about the Asda's own Ferrari Rocher. What's your opinion?
Gotta tell you, I've never seen such a nice red bar anywhere. Like, my coffee is sitting snug.
It's level.
Absolutely. No, it's crazy, man. Honestly, I would never have thought I'm sitting on the back of an F40.
No.
Never.
That's it.
Never.
And joking aside, in England we have something called a V5, which is like a title in America, like a logbook, like the ownership documents, right?
Yeah.
And this car left the factory as a Pontiac Fiero, yeah? So the first name of this car is called a Fiero, but they've changed Pontiac to Fiero, and they've changed the last name to F40. So basically, if anyone turns... Exactly. So everyone tells me that this ain't an F40. Well, yes, it is, okay? It is an F40.
It's quite literally, if you look at the history of it,
Yeah, and on the side, if you lean to your side, it should have an embossed F40 logo to there,
even
right?
better.
So I got some 3D stickers from Donna from Abshot Signs, and she made me some 3D... Exactly. From 60 feet, this thing looks good. What's on the horizon, man? What you got coming?
I want one of these.
You want one of these? You want a Ferrari Rocher?
Yeah. No, but what's on the horizon? That's a big question. Maybe the Urus.
The what?
Maybe the Urus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think there's anything more aggressive and beautifully ugly to play with.
Well, it's a large canvas, there's a lot of material, there's a lot of space.
There's a lot of angles and shape.
Exactly, that's what's exciting.
You could really throw the rulebook out the window and make that thing look crazy.
It's true, man. It's massive, and it's so much volume, and the proportions are great. There's some awesome stance. Who knows?
Let's play ball.
Yeah, man. I can't believe I'm just swinging my feet against an F40.
That's it. It doesn't even matter if you damage it or if you break it. These rear lights are actually real lights off a Ferrari of some variety.
Of some variety.
The funny thing is, at Petrolhedonism Live, we're going to be there. Richard Rawlins hopefully is going to be there. Are you going to be at Petrolhedonism Live?
I hope so.
Hope so. So hopefully this gentleman will be with us. And I am probably the worst person in the world for my knowledge on supercars. But with my help along the way, my friends like Mr. Huber, Ciro, Richard Rawlins, Big Chris, Nick Williams, hopefully I'm going to be able to enhance my vocabulary on supercars. It's going to be awkward because I'm going to go up to someone with a Lambo and say, mate, I love your Porsche. He's going to be all of the angries. Like,
yeah, but come on. You got a bar table.
Yeah, what else do they have?
Sets you apart, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone else here is worried about scratching their lovely cars. And I'm more worried about where I get my next beer, you know, to put on my spoiler.
Yeah, because the Coke's already empty.
Yeah, and Avalon Kings, we already ceramic coated this bad boy. So even if you spill like Coke on it, right, it just goes straight off like that, straight off, because ceramic coating is so good, especially Avalon Kings.
So aerodynamic.
Exactly, and the wind and, you know, Mr. Asda himself, who designed this spoiler, right? He basically designed it in such a way that when you pour Coke on the spoiler, it will basically head down to these cracks that he didn't mean to include in the design.
No, but these are complementary.
Oh, they're free.
Yeah.
They keep the wind resistance good, right?
Absolutely, man. No, it also looks sharp and timeless.
That's it. Isn't it like for every action there is an equal reaction?
An
opposite reaction,
so
exactly.
I think what might need to occur is that the paint needs to come off at some stage.
Exactly.
For it to really look amazing.
100%. There you go. There's Mr. Huber's fact of the day. Paint needs to come off to actually show the pure beauty of the car underneath.
Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car.
Guys, another tip of the day. windows, electric mirrors, blowers, check everything, okay? These windows aren't like they used to be with a little winder that just, you know, it works, brilliant. These electric motors are costly, the window regulators are costly, electric mirrors, if they don't move and operate, they could be costly. Everything costs money in cars and everything is getting more and more expensive. Check everything. Even the direction you're traveling, apparently.
So follow Hard Up Garage on social media and click on that bell icon so you get alerts when we release new videos. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe and post a comment below this video if you have something you'd like to say. But it's time for Make or Break to take a break. Goodbye for now.